Hey all, how do you personally feel about your skill level in Smash? Do you think you're good at the game? Do you think you're pretty mid? If you haven't answered the question in your head yet, I'm gonna answer it for you. Most of you suck, okay? And I'm here to help that. Welcome to Mistakes at the Top of BMHS, also known as Matt, with 2 T's, where I spent 3 hours of my time analyzing your VODs to give tips and tricks on how to improve. Episode 1 is featuring our favorite and only Hideo Kojima disciple, DZ. DZ is the type of player to make 5 main mistakes. Number 1, inconsistent mechanics. Number 2, dodging in the same direction. Number 3, abusable tendencies. Number 4, bipolar confidence. To start, let's go over inconsistent mechanics. I feel like this one's kind of obvious considering DZ cannot go a single set without SDing once. Actually, he SDs so much that I can make a whole compilation of it. So I present to you every single DZ self-destruct ever streamed.
Which is basically the you tried sticker of real life, and he killed himself. Well, Daniel start his make.
Yeah, there's nothing much I can say about this one. Just hitting the lab and practicing your recoveries can help with this. If you still tend to SD a lot after practicing in the lab, try practicing with high-level bots. While we're on the topic of mechanics, do you notice anything wrong with this clip right here? You probably won't notice it the first time, so here's the clip again. No, I'm not stalling for ad revenue. We don't get that yet. You still don't know what's going on? What's wrong? It's pretty minor, so I can't blame you. Right here, he misses an optimal dash, leading him to miss the chance of getting a punish. Though it may seem small, optimizing your dashes can lead to a massive improvement in your responsiveness to each situation. So here's how you do it. In this first clip, I'm doing a non-optimal dash, and now I'm doing an optimal dash. If you consistently dash like the first video, then you are not returning your left joystick to a neutral position before you attempt to perform your next dash. This may seem like a daunting habit to unlearn, but here's how to practice. First, dash to the right and left like I am in this video, until you're completely comfortable doing these dashes. Once you have that down, let's try to make it harder. Try to dash left once every 1 or 2 times you dash right. Once you do that consistently, you're mostly done. All you have to do is put it into practice. For the final exercise, just try running around everywhere while trying not to change your direction non-optimally. When you're done with this, congratulations. You've just made your first step into becoming a stronger player.
Looking cool, Joker.
Now, I'm going to show you a 10-second clip, and I want you to look for any repetitive actions in this video. Did you notice any? Did you notice that's actually not 10 seconds and I just lied? If you didn't notice any repetitive actions, I'll give you a clue. We'll watch the clip again, but this time I want you to note which direction he's dodging in. This is a common mistake I see made at the club. Actually, even I make the mistake commonly. And that's probably because I'm lost. The main way to fix it is to remember, when you dodge, you don't have to dodge in a direction. You can always do a spot dodge. Forgetting about spot dodges can not only lead to you getting hit, but can also lead to you losing the chance at punishes. Also remember that you don't always have to dodge to get out of your shield. You can just drop it like normal. Not dropping your shield normally and dodging in a direction or doing a spot dodge sometimes can lead to you losing punishes like in this clip. Corbin could have punished DZ like this if he were to just drop his shield normally. Also, by the way, I had to hold 2 controllers for this. I deserve props for that, okay? You see the lengths I'm willing to go. The best part about training this issue is that once you're aware of it, you're already halfway done. If you're having trouble putting your efficient dodges into action, Try some purposeful practicing against high-level CPUs. While you're playing against them, dedicate yourself to doing things like using different dodges each time or using more spot dodges. If you have ever played against DZ or watched some of his VODs, you're probably going to notice how he approaches. Notice how he constantly uses dash attack instead of jab to pressure someone's shield. This is an abusable tendency he has. As a general rule of thumb, most dash attacks you're going to see are going to be really negative, so it's beneficial to attempt to punish them whenever you see them thrown out in neutral. If you constantly find yourself getting hit by dash attacks, take a second to try to find out what your character's fastest attack is. Then, you want to try to use it whenever someone uses a dash attack on your shield. You may also notice how whenever he's remotely close to a C4, he will jump twice before detonating it. This leaves him completely vulnerable to attacks. Even though this may seem like a thing that only Snake players would have to deal with, it isn't. Whenever you're playing, you want to make sure that you don't have any unnecessary habits that can cause you to take hits you don't have to take. Now let's take a look at these two videos of Roy and try to piece out what the right one does wrong and what the left one does right. Have you noticed? The one on the right was too confident, and due to that, it SD'd. This is a mistake that DZ made in this clip. He went in too deep to edgeguard and ended up having a classic DZ moment in SDing. The best way to learn how deep you can go while edgeguarding is to just jump off a ledge in training mode. See how far you can go from the stage while still recovering. Make sure you test with and without a jump. Just doing this for 10 minutes can drastically improve your rate of survival when you decide to go off the stage. Another example of overconfidence is when we see DZ edgeguarding while on the stage. As you can see in clips like this, he will overcommit to one single option, leading him to rarely get a successful hit from the ledge. Like the last case, this can be fixed by just hitting the lab and trying to find an option that lets you hit at least one of these 4 spots. Red is the most important spot to guard, while yellow is important but not as important as red. And green is an option that's not only easy to defend, but really uncommon. Now I'm not MK Leo, so I can't perfectly edgeguard, but here's an example of an edgeguard. Notice how I dash back to protect the red zone, then dash back to cover the yellow zones. Even though I did this with Joker, you just have to lab a bit with your character to find what works. Watching high-level footage also helps. Thank you all for watching. I hope this video can help you improve your gameplay and possibly even earn you some money at our tournaments. See you all in the next one.